making headlines this hour. President Dr. Muizu extends warm congratulations to Dr. Patrick Hermini on his election as President of Seychelles. President Dr. Mohamed Muizu embarks a 4-day official tour of Shawian Atoll. And President Dr. Muizu expresses a clear vision for national development, emphasizing that genuine progress can only be achieved by directly engaging with the people.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to PSM News in English with me, Hafiz Abdul Sattar. Now the news in detail. President Dr. Mohamed Muizu extends warm congratulations to Dr. Patrick Hermini in his election as President of Seychelles. In his message, President Dr. Muizu wished President-elect Dr. Hermini every success in office and expressed confidence that Seychelles would continue to flourish and achieve significant development under his leadership, reaffirming the close and friendly relations between the Maldives and Seychelles. The President said he looks forward to working with President-elect Dr. Hermini to further strengthen bilateral cooperation, particularly in addressing challenges shared by both island nations. President Dr. Muizu concluded his message by extending best wishes for the health of President-elect Dr. Hermini and for the continued progress and prosperity of the people of Seychelles. President Dr. Mohamed Muizu conveys a message of condolence to Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Amir of the State of Qatar, following the tragic car accident in Sharm el-Sheikh, which claimed the lives of 3 Qatari officials and injured 2 others. In his message, President Dr. Muizu expressed a profound sorrow upon learning of the accident, which occurred while officials of the Amiri Diwan were on duty for the International Summit on Ending the War in Gaza. President Dr. Muizu stated that the government and the people of the Maldives join him in extending heartfelt condolences to the government and the people of Qatar. He offered prayers for the bereaved families, wishing them strength and patience during this difficult time of grief, and conveyed his best wishes for the swift recovery of the injured officials. President Dr. Mohamed Muizu commences a 4-day official tour of Shawian Atoll, visiting 14 inhabited islands as part of his administration's nationwide initiative to strengthen direct engagement with local communities. The visit is designed to facilitate a dialogue between the central government and island constituencies. Over the course of the tour, the President is scheduled to meet with island councils and women's development committees, WDCs, to discuss development priorities and assess community needs. He is also expected to engage with residents to hear their concerns and gain insight into local welfare conditions. These interactions form a core component of President Muizu's government's commitment to participatory governance. The itinerary includes Kanditim, Numara, Goidu, Fiva, Bilefahi, Fokadu, Milandu, Nardu, Marashi, Lamagu, Funadu, Komandu, and Malendu. This tour marks a continuation of the President's pledge to visit every atoll in the country, enabling direct consultations with atoll, island, and city councils. He is accompanied by cabinet ministers and senior officials from key government institutions. And now we'll take a short break for Isha prayers. Stay tuned.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدًا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه مقامًا محمودًا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Welcome back to PSM News in English, and now we'll continue with the news. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz expresses a clear vision for national development, emphasizing that genuine progress can only be achieved by directly engaging with the people. Addressing residents of Nomara as part of his ongoing tour of inhabited islands of Shavian Atoll, President Dr. Muiz reaffirmed his commitment to this philosophy by promising to visit every inhabited island twice during his term in office, bringing government services and decision makers directly to the local communities. Underscoring a policy of equitable service delivery, the President assured that his administration would work tirelessly to address the concerns of all islands without discrimination. He dismissed the conventional presidential practice of operating primarily from the capital, Male, asserting that his method provides a superior understanding of citizens' needs and facilitates more effective problem solving. The President detailed his strategy for implementing a true decentralization, which involves linking key government officials directly with local councils. He contrasted this with past practices where councils incurred significant time and expense traveling to Male for ministerial consultations, highlighting how his new approach ensures swift and localized solutions in real time. Fulfilling a core presidential pledge, President Dr. Muiz has already met with all island councils across the Maldives at least once since assuming office, with some councils having received a second visit. President Dr. Muiz, during the visit, reaffirmed his commitment to the development of Nomara, going to bring tangible progress to the island and fulfill promises made to its residents. Emphasizing the importance of existing infrastructure, the President confirmed that work on key projects, including the construction of a harbour and a dockyard, an area for beachgoers, will continue at a swift pace. Additionally, the water and sewerage project in Nomara, now under the purview of Maldives Water and Sewerage Company (MWSC), are being prioritized. Beyond continuing current initiatives, the administration will also focus on new developments, with President Dr. Muiz announcing that next year's budget will allocate significant funds towards sports and education. This includes a plan for a new football stadium, a volleyball court, and a multipurpose hall for the local school, signaling a strong investment in recreational and educational facilities. Road infrastructure is also on the agenda, with President Muiz highlighting the development of main roads as a primary objective. The President also said that the power plant in Nomara is slated for relocation to a new site before the end of Ramadan, addressing a long-standing concern for the community. During the visit, the President witnessed the groundbreaking of a new mosque, police station, and a fitness and recreation center in Nomara before officially inaugurating the new Island Council Secretariat building. This visit is part of the President's nationwide initiative to travel across all Maldivian atolls, engaging with atoll, island, and city councils directly. President Dr. Mohamed Muiz unveils a comprehensive development plan for Kanditim, Shavian Atoll, underscoring his government's commitment to delivering on promises swiftly. Among the key pledges are the construction of a new two-story health care center and significant upgrades to the local football ground, with several projects set to commence this year. Speaking at a community meeting during his visit to Kanditim as part of his ongoing tour of Shavian Atoll, President Dr. Muiz announced that a two-story building for the island's health center will be handed over to a contractor before the end of the month. Beyond healthcare, the President highlighted continuous progress on vital infrastructure. He noted the handover of road modernization project and confirmed that Island's harbour upgrade project would also proceed. Additionally, plans are in motion to install electricity in newly settled areas of the island and conduct power upgrades across the entire island. Sports development also featured prominently in the President's address. He pledged a major project to modernize the island's football ground, which will include fencing, lighting, and the construction of changing rooms. While acknowledging the current lack of a night playing system, President Dr. Muiz assured that these improvements would be incorporated into next year's budget. In addressing financial services, President Dr. Muiz confirmed that the Bank of Maldives BML branch in Kanditim is expected to be completed early next year. He reiterated that all stalled projects deemed important for the island would be prioritized and completed under his administration's mandate. The President, during the visit, witnessed the awarding of the road modernization project in Kanditim, awarded to the State-Owned Road Development Corporation (RDC), along with the harbour upgrade project of the Maldives Transport and Contracting Company Limited (MTCC). This visit is a part of the President's nationwide initiative to travel across all Maldivian atolls, engaging with atoll, island and city councils directly. Senior officials from the Maldives and the United Kingdom meets in Male, preparing for next month's United Nations Climate Summit, signaling the island nations intend to expand its role in global environmental negotiations. The consultation was convened ahead of the 2025 United Nations Climate Change Conference, which will take place in Brazil from 10th to 21st November. The meeting brought together Thorg Ibrahim, the Maldivian Minister of Tourism and Environment, and Nicholas David Lowe, the British High Commissioner to the Maldives. At the center of the talks was the Maldives' effort to strengthen its influence and participation in international climate action. The COP summit, recognized as the world's largest forum on environmental issues, is viewed by Male as a critical platform for advancing the concerns of small island states. The discussions ranged from broad climate challenges to specific collaborative initiatives between the two countries, as well as matters of particular urgency to the Maldives. Officials underscored the government's commitment to international programs aimed at mitigating the harmful effects of climate change. According to the ministry, the exchange also allowed both sides to share perspectives on projects designed to preserve and sustain the Maldives' natural resources. In reaffirming their partnership, the two governments noted the importance of joint efforts to address climate change and strengthen environmental resilience. According to the Environment Ministry, the consultations mark an important step in expanding the Maldives' role in global climate negotiations, while reinforcing the close partnership between the Maldives and the UK. The ministry added that the talks reflect the shared priority both nations place on environmental cooperation and their mutual commitment to sustainable development. The Maldives records a substantial increase in revenue from foreign investment registration fees, coinciding with a comprehensive overhaul of its investment legislation and renewed efforts to attract a targeted international market. Data released by the Maldives Inland Revenue Authority (MIRA) show that the state collected $84,758.37 in foreign investment registration fees by the end of September, an increase of $39,922.12 compared with the same period last year, when revenue totaled $44,831.20. This rise reflects a corresponding increase in the number of foreign investments registered. Under the prevailing administrative fee structure, which sets the registration fee at $5,000 per investment, MIRA statistics confirmed that 15 foreign investments have been recorded to date, generating $75,918 in fees. The growth aligns with policy measures introduced by the administration of President Dr. Mohamed Muiz to position the country as a competitive and secure destination for foreign capital. Central to this strategy was the ratification of a revised Foreign Investment Act, replacing legislation previously regarded as outdated and misaligned and contemporary economic priorities. The updated law introduces elaborated restrictions designed to safeguard domestic economic interest and promote national capacity building. Several sectors have been reserved exclusively for Maldivian entities, including wholesale and retail trade, logistics, general sea transport services, bunkering operations, construction projects valued below $15 million US, and real estate developments under $100 million US. To attract high-value capital, the government has also announced a residency by investment program. The scheme will offer residency visas to individuals whose investments are deemed to deliver substantial benefit to the Maldivian economy. Government officials anticipate that the combined effect of regulatory reform and strategic incentives will continue to drive foreign capital inflows in the months ahead, reinforcing the country's standing as a destination of choice for international investment. Asian stocks gets off to a rocky start after fresh broadsides in the US-China trade war spooked markets with already stretched valuations. The Shanghai Composite Index fell nearly 2% in early trading. South Korea's shares fell more than 2%, weighed down by renewed trade tensions between the country's two largest trading partners, which reignited concerns over global economic stability. The benchmark Korea Composite Stock Price Index opened down 1.68% at 3,550.08 points. As of 13th October, it was down 40.87 points or 1.13% at 3,569.73 after having dropped 2.44% earlier in the session. Taiwan's stock market fell more than 2% in early trading as investors sold holdings on concerns about a renewed trade war. At 9:01 a.m. local time in Taiwan, the Taiwan Stock Exchange plummeted 2.81% to 26,535.95 points, and TSMC fell 3.12%. The French presidency announces Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu's new cabinet lineup, with most top jobs remaining unchanged at a time when opponents are demanding a political shift to win their support for urgent budget talks. Lecornu, who was reappointed Prime Minister last week after a previous stint that lasted just 27 days, had pledged to deliver a cabinet of renewal and diversity, but stuck with his previous picks for most of the choice jobs. Lecornu, whose last cabinet lasted just 14 hours, reappointed Roland Lescure, a close ally of President Emmanuel Macron, as finance minister. The government must formally present a budget in the coming days that faces a perilous path through a deeply divided parliament, where many have now set their sights on the contest to succeed Macron in 2027. Lecornu also kept Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot and Justice Minister Gérald Darmanin in their post. The most notable change to the ministerial picks was incoming Interior Minister Laurent Nunez, head of the Paris police, who replaces Bruno Retailleau, leader of the Conservative Republicans Party and who harbors his own presidential ambitions. Nunez is a graduate of the elite École Nationale d'Administration and has held key positions across the French security apparatus, including head of the Domestic Intelligence Agency, DGSI. Last year, he kept Paris safe during the Olympics. Former Prime Minister Elisabeth Borne lost her job as Education Minister, replaced by civil servant Edouard Geoffroy. Catherine Vautrin, a veteran of the centre-right, replaced Lecornu as Defence Minister. She was previously Labour Minister in former Prime Minister François Barrot's government and also served as a minister under former President Jacques Chirac. Agnes Pannier-Runacher, who was Environment Minister under Michel Barnier and François Bayrou, was replaced by a veteran of international development agencies, Monique Babu. The Labour portfolio went to Jean-Pierre Fernandel, the head of the National Railway Company SNCF. Monaco's world number 204, Valentin Vacheau, completes a fairy tale run at the Shanghai Masters, rallying from a set down to defeat his cousin Frenchman Arthur Rinderknecht 4-6, 6-3, 6-3 in the final and secure his first ATP title. The 26-year-old's victory made him the first player from Monaco to win an ATP singles title and set a record as the lowest-ranked player to triumph at the ATP Masters 1000 event. The victorious Vacheau was overwhelmed with emotion before sharing a heartfelt embrace with his older cousin Rinderknecht. Vacheau had earned a little under $600,000 in career prize money, but lifting the trophy in Shanghai will see him pocket over $1.12 million.
It's just crazy. I'm just so happy of my performance this past 2 weeks. I just want to thank everyone that just put a break to my career since the beginning. Sharing this, I know it's really tough. There has to be one loser, but I think there's just 2 winners today, one family that won, and I think for the sport of tennis, this story is just unreal.
Vacheau's remarkable run to the title also means he will be ranked world number 40, while Rinderknecht, ranked 54th, is set to rise into the top 40. Although Rinderknecht reduced the deficit to 3-2 in the final set, he required a medical timeout to treat his back and afterwards told the Shanghai crowd, quote, "Today was not enough to get the win, but I gave it my all and that's all that matters," unquote. And that's all we have for this hour. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a very pleasant time ahead.